Hi everyone, I'm Ain. How are you today? I hope that you will have a good day. In every video, I will bring the best things in life for you. In 2015-2016, elementary schools across the country continued to conduct regular assessments and evaluations. On each student's clean and beautiful notebook page, there are no more red 10 points, no more 10 points for teachers, or good points to show to grandparents and parents. Instead of vehemently protesting, we should rethink the real role grades play in learning. Do the numbers determine the quality of the product? Our million-view songs, million-like singers mean they have artistic value and talent. In televised competitions, the contestants try their best to get more votes, 9 and 10 points for not so stellar performances, just to please each other. What do we get from those numbers in the end? Grades inadvertently create a huge pressure on each student, forcing students to be determined to study in any way, possibly even cheating on exams. Parents compare their children's scores with other students, making them self-deprecating and can't show themselves. Teachers measure students according to a common standard, but each student excels differently. Albert Einstein said, "Everybody is a genius. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid." Commenting instead of grading is a way for teachers to live their achievements and the opportunity to develop students' competences and qualities. Many teachers, after allowing students to discover on their own, construct lessons worse than before. Simply because students do it themselves will not be able to compare it with the teacher's product. But it doesn't mean that the students don't do well, so the teachers do it for them quickly. We can cook very badly and wash clothes that aren't clean, but let us do it ourselves. Please don't do it for us. We will get used to it and improve gradually. What we need is not delicious food or clean clothes, but what we need is the skill to do it. What is the meaning of the student's points by teachers don't it? What does it mean for good students to be taught by teachers and learn from them? Then, when graduating, students have a very high score but can't do anything. While studying, Edison did not pay attention to answering the teacher's questions, but often asked many difficult questions to the teachers. Therefore, he often had 0 points and is ridiculed by his friends. Edison's teacher once said about him, "This student is crazy, not worth studying longer." Even the principal once wrote comments, "Your son Edison is an ignorant, lazy, and nasty student. It is better to let him go to big farming, because we see that if he studies, he also can't do anything in the future." If he believed in this remark without trying to study himself, would a scientist be like this? When we were a high school student, few people could remember and no one cared about how much they had summed up in elementary school. And when graduating from high school, the score when sitting on a school chair is no longer meaningful and valuable. There was a story of more than 300 students who were held back because of the suspicion of buying point. The above fault is stupid when placed next to the number of 225,000 unemployed bachelors and masters. What do they buy points for? When there are valedictorian students who have to hire their bachelors degrees to work as workers. So, devoted parents, don't force your children to have achievements from a very young age. Students who are devoted to students, don't force them to be as good as you, think as fast as you. Look at the tears of students in television competitions when they are eliminated. Their hearts are hurt just because of the superiority of others. If anyone has ever read the story Toto Chain, the girl sitting by the window, can't remember the educational message of the principal. Let the children develop naturally. Don't hinder their aspirations. The children's dreams are bigger than the teacher's dream. Principal Kobayashi respects his students, always leaving them free to develop their innate personalities and abilities. At Tomo, there is no fixed schedule. The students who like to study the most learn their subject first, and the subjects they don't like, they learn last. Teachers are only responsible for guiding students when needed and for assignments. And if Toto Chan's education is judged by her grades at another school, perhaps she won't be able to graduate from the first grade. Grades aren't everything, but that doesn't mean you don't need to study at all. Learning is not only acquiring knowledge, but more importantly, training skills, qualities, and attitudes. Learning not only to know, but also to do, to live together, to assert themselves. To learn practical things and learn to apply them in real life. Parenting itself. Instead of asking their children questions like, how many points did they get today? Ask them what they did today. Did they have any fun at school? Educational institutions need to change the way they test and evaluate. Teams not only test knowledge, but also test their ability and quality. So they should value and apply product created by students rather than numbers on paper. Employers should always prioritize skills and experience in any type of degree or score. Only then we can solve the problem that the whole society is struggling with. Each person should mark their name in life with small actions instead of trying to put their name on a red-stained diploma. We hope that we all understand the message in Hoàng Ngọc Quý's poem Diploma. Everyone has degrees in life to make a certificate, to pray for success. Diplomas are like signs pointing the way through narrow streets to get to a venue of life that is getting wider and wider. There are great people whose names are engraved mankind because of the honorable degrees in history. And there are certificates of small deeds, but try your best. How precious they are. Thank you so much for listening to me.